BBC Radio Shropshire. And recently, Russ Gibb uploaded his song and video, Wait for the Day, which consists of a song over some really amazing photographs of Shropshire. And the song was written and recorded by Russ and his brother-in-law, Danny Traherne. So let's have a listen to the song before we speak to them.
Pass your life around, sit and watch the sun go down. So like a lonely cloud drift away. Confusion and bliss, like a new lover's kiss. You don't know what it is, but you stay. Have grown, you wait for the day. We're all at your toe, bring you in from the cold. With no one to hold, you wait for the day. Now the smoke on the rise affords you a welcome disguise. You dismiss the tears in your eyes with a wave. You're dying to see these things how you want them to be. You lie to yourself to be free, so you say. Have grown, you wait for the day. We're all at your toe, bring you in from the cold. With no one to hold, you wait for the day.
So let's Wait for the Day from Russ Gibb and Danny Traherne, and we can speak to them. Now, good evening, gents. How are you?
Good evening.
Now, Russ, how long have you been making music for?
Oh, a very long time, yeah. Been in lots of different bands over the years. Yeah, straight from school, I suppose, a long time ago.
Now, Danny, you're Russ's brother-in-law, aren't you?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Well, you must get on all right if you're making music together.
Yeah, he's all right. We do. We get on great, yeah.
No artistic differences?
Yeah, a few. Just normal. No, we're okay. We're fine.
Now, Russ, I'm guessing it's your sister that gets caught in the middle then.
That's right, yeah. Well, luckily we live pretty close together, about 100 yards away. So Danny pops around to the studio with some ideas and stuff, and we chuck a few things around. And I spend most of my time in the studio, so he knows where I am.
Has this been a lifelong passion for you then?
Yes, it has really. Started playing in bands around about the age of 16, I suppose. I'm currently playing in a cover band called Up Front. A big cover band, a lot of weddings and festivals and pubs, but of course everything's off at the moment because of the coronavirus. So been concentrating on writing in the studio.
And Danny, have you been sort of equally as involved in music, or is this newer to you?
No, I straight from school. I think I was gigging when I was 15. So yeah, a long time ago. That's how I met Russ in the late 70s. We were in a band called the Cats, and he was in a band called the Cocks. We used to do gigs together. And
Oh, really?
that's how I met him.
So
Yeah,
did
that's right.
you met each other before, Danny, you met Russ's sister?
No, I met my wife when I was 4.
Wow.
Yeah, but I wasn't going out when I was 4.
No.
No, we waited till obviously when I was about 18. But yeah, I knew Russ, about 1979, 80, something like that.
Where
I
do
think
you
all,
live?
All the bands knew all the other bands. It was quite a big community of lads driving around in transit vans.
Well, that's it, because I'm imagining here a village with only about 9 people in it at the moment.
No,
it's quite
more.
surprised. Yeah.
Right. So when you were in bands in the 70s, what sort of stuff were you playing?
Really, nothing too heavy, was it? It was pop rock, I suppose. Guitar.
Yeah, pop rock. Yeah.
Okay. And have you tastes changed over time, or do you sort of find yourself sort of finding your era and then just kind of evolving it a little bit?
I think my taste has got a lot wider, and I've been listening to more and more stuff. But there's still a lot of new music and young bands that are still guitar based. I think that's my main core is guitar based. Although I do sort of go a bit wider, but it's mainly guitar stuff.
Yeah.
Very similar to me as well. That's my type of music. Anybody with a guitar.
When you're in the covers band and you're playing weddings and you're playing parties and things like that, I guess you have to learn a lot of stuff that might not be top of your list of things you'd listen to. Is that the case?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we do. We're a 5-piece band, and we do a big show band. It's all Queen and Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses and stuff like that. So it's. I enjoy playing that, I must admit. But there are a few songs that we argue over. You drop a few and add a few more in. But but that's good. It's a good way of learning, I think.
Because what I've just played, Wait for the Day, has got a bit of a folky vibe to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not 100% representative of the album. We did the first album we did in 2017. Danny and I did was started off mainly acoustic because we were an acoustic duo. We started doing that about 2015, 16. But then, as I got the studio more and more equipped and up and running, the production, I got better at production. I learned off some friends, and I sort of added more and more in. And the later album, Secrets and Lies, which is 2018, this song comes from that album, November 2018. It just got more and more production, and more techniques were put into it.
How easy is it to set up your own home studio now? We keep hearing it's easier and easier. Have you found that?
Yeah, this is my 5th or 6th studio, and before this studio, it was very hardware orientated.
Yeah.
Lots of cables and wires and equipment and racks, and you need a lot of space. But now everything's, or most of it, is just software. You need a high spec computer and a few screens. I've got 3 screens up, and then it's mainly software with a few little bits of hardware of personal choice.
Danny, when lockdown sort of started, has writing songs and making music helped you kind of get through it, even if it's just giving you something to do? Or have you been working?
A lot more. I have been working, but I had a lot more time, really. For ideas and things like that. Just pass my ideas over to Russ, and he adds bits, and we go from there. But yes, been doing a lot more writing recently, yeah.
How does it normally work? Does one of you bring an idea and then you kind of refine it together, or do you sit there and come up with something from scratch?
No, it's normally if I've got an idea, I'll go to Russ and play him something, or tell him a lyric I've got, or what, and then he'll add his bit, and usually by the time I go round again, he's finished it because he's got a lot more time because he's retired.
Yeah, I've got a lot more time in the studio, so I've written a lot of stuff, just studio-based stuff that I've done myself, and we've got bits that Danny and I worked on, and just keep ticking over, really.
I'm guessing this is one of the longest periods you've had without playing live then, for a long, long time.
Yeah, it is for me, yeah.
How's that been? Have you missed that buzz?
Well, Other than I did have a few years off when my last band finished and I got married and did the family thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've been with this band for nearly 5 years now, and it was strange. So we did a few lockdown videos. We sent files across to each other, and I stitched them all together in a video, and we did a couple of those and worked on a few songs like that. So, looking forward to getting back to it.
You've turned this song into a bit of a tribute to Shropshire with the video you sent in with all the photographs. Where did you get the photos from?
I asked friends of mine who are photographers and put a little advert on Facebook asking people who want to donate some pictures, which you had some very, very kindly. We had some fantastic pictures sent in from people. And I've got quite a few pictures of my own. I sort of went around taking pictures. This was actually a follow-on from a song we did, another sort of collaboration between me and Danny, a song called Beautiful Town, which I sort of went around town at the start of the lockdown, so it was totally isolated. I took a load of pictures, and a friend of mine contributed some pictures, and we put that out, and it had about 12,000 views on Facebook and shared all over the place. So I thought, well, that's Shrewsbury, let's do one for Shropshire.
I guess it's quite a nice way to make sense of it all, isn't it? Writing songs that kind of not only get how you feel about whatever's going on in the world out, but also, it's a good way to think about things and make sense of it.
Yeah, well, lyrics are my bag, really. I sort of write all sorts of lyrics, and sometimes you write something and you don't realise what it's about until after. Yeah. It's just things work, and then you think, oh, yeah, that sort of makes sense.
How do you remember them? In terms of, you write a line or two, and I'm guessing whole songs don't come to you. So you've got a bit of you might have a hook or you might have a couple of lines, but then, if I'd forget them 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I use the phone. I usually sing it into the phone about 3 o'clock in the morning.
So
it takes a lot of. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle, really. You start off, you think, oh, that's a good verse, and then you write a chorus, and then you think, hang on, the chorus is a lot better than the verse. I better write another verse. So then you switch them around, and things keep changing all the time. You can end up with 12, 13, 14 different versions by the time I get it to record.
How brutal are you with each other? Will one of you say, no, that's rubbish, you need to change that bit, or are you more polite?
No, we're not polite, no. No, we've known each other a long time.
Generally, it's good to get. Danny will come up with something, and he'll send me in a direction I'd never thought of going in. So I write a lot by myself as well, and then Dan comes up with something, and I think, oh, that's something I've never done. So we work on that, and then we try it out, and I sort of sometimes say, well, perhaps we put that bit first and make that bit a bit longer, and then he'll come up with another little bit, and we'll stick it all together.
Where can people find your stuff? Where can people hear the song I've just played, Wait for the Day, and all the other stuff that you've been putting out?
Well, on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon and all those, there's about 40 songs up there, two albums and a load of singles. So just look for Where's the Fire on that Spotify or Apple. And there's Where's the Fire, which was the name of our duo when we were going. I still use that name because that's the contract that I've got with the distribution company. Really, is Where's the Fire. So, but there's a YouTube channel, Where's the Fire, with 30 odd clips and some full videos. I think it's about 10 videos on there now, and a load of other sort of clips of songs. And then Facebook, Russ.Gibb Facebook, or the that you're from Shrewsbury and for the love of Shrewsbury, and most of the videos get put on there at some time.
Brilliant. Lovely to talk to you both. Thank you very much for sending it in.
Well, thanks for having us on the show.
No problem at all. That's Russ and Danny. Where's the Fire is the place to go to hear more of their work, and the photos that accompany that song on the video are beautiful. So it's worth checking out.